Melton announces his candidacy for Iowa's 4th Congressional District. It all happened earlier this week, and he becomes the first Democrat to do so. Melton previously faced incumbent Representative Randy Feenstra, a Republican who's represented the 4th District since winning election in 2020. Melton acknowledges it will be an uphill battle to defeat Feenstra should Melton emerge from the Democratic primary as the nominee. But he feels he has momentum, achieving more than 84,000 votes back in 2022. But falling short of Feenstra's 186,000.
Yeah.
And so when I met people on the trail the first time, they're like, who is this guy? But then when it came around the second time, the third time, the fourth time, they were really excited.
Melton says he feels abandoned by both the National Democratic Party and the state level. He says he pushed issues like carbon capture pipelines to the front of the race last time and says this race will take place during a general election, making the race partly a referendum on which presidential candidate the down ballot candidates support.
Spoken with a number of Republicans, during the campaign and after the campaign, who know that Donald Trump represents something that we as Americans should be recoiling at every opportunity.
Feenstra, the incumbent, has not officially declared a re-election campaign, but a spokesperson said in part, Feenstra commanded a 37-point victory over Ryan Melton in 2022 and will secure another victory in 2024.